Welcome to another episode of That Crazy Triangle Guy. Here we are looking at, where'd my chart go? Well, we're looking at Bitcoin US dollar index on the 4-hour time frame. And waiting for it to pop back. There it is. Okay. So what we got going on here? Bitcoin wants to go upwards, travel upwards in a channel similar to this group of channels, like this, going up that way, which are similar to this group of channels going up this way. That's what Bitcoin wants to do. Last week we had this dump caused by inflation, or recession fears, and bad numbers, bad economic numbers, and potentially Iran blowing up Israel, all that stuff caused that big dump, and the bears took advantage to dump us down. Actually, they took advantage to liquidate all those people at 50,000. That's what this was all about. So now we've come up nicely from there, but we're stalling out. We're stalling out, waiting for the CPI data we got. Well, we got good PPI data, and that gave us this little pump right here, heading into the CPI data. But you should have known this is a sell the news event, because we're still waiting on that one thing. We're still waiting on resolution to the Middle East conflict. Okay, that's what's scaring the market, because we all know once Iran attacks or whatever goes on over there, Iran attacks, Israel retaliates, whatever, this thing is going to dump. It's going to put fear in the market. World War III is coming, and it's going to give the bears enough fuel to dump Bitcoin. So no, there is no buying pressure to speak of right now. I mean, there is. What's happening is a lot of big players are accumulating, but nobody's FOMOing in right now. Once we get a resolution to the Middle East, we will see Bitcoin start hitting higher, heading into the CPI data coming in September, and the FOMC meeting, which is September 17th and 18th. Let's see, I have my vertical lines disappear all the time for some reason. But up there they are. They're back. Yep, CPI data right there in yellow, that vertical line on September 11th, and the FOMC meeting on September 18th. But until that time, what we're doing right now is we have an inverse head and shoulders pattern forming here. We got the shoulder, head, and we're forming the next shoulder, the right shoulder here. Now, I have this little target area here that I measured from here and pulled it over. Now, that's assuming that this will drag out sideways. We'll just chop sideways from here, hit the top of this channel. And what this inverse head and shoulders pattern is doing, it's taking us out of this downward channel here. So what we did see a recovery here, then consolidation downwards here. And so it's taking us out of this downwards consolidation and back up to the top of the channel around. Well, it's taking us back up to the top of this blue channel and up to the center line of the mean band of the daily Gaussian channel, which are up here in this area, into next week. Sunday and Monday probably. You'll see this move upwards here, which is completely normal. That's what I'm thinking potentially could play out here. So and that's what we're doing. As well as having downwards consolidation in this yellow channel here, we're also still consolidating upwards, ranging upwards in this blue channel here, marked by this blue and yellow dashed line and this blue and yellow dashed line. And this blue channel is a major channel that we've been traveling in since September of 2022. So that's what's going on. And it's really funny because when you look at it on a 5-minute chart, you see how significant these lines are. I don't know why this is taking so long to load. What the hell's going on here? Anyway, let's just wait. This, you know what? I don't have. Maybe if I move over here. I don't know why I don't have a good signal. All right, here we're on a 5-minute now. Now you can see, so here we have the center line of the downward consolidation channel I was talking about. You can see how all these lines clearly come into play here. Now, when did we dump here? Anyway, all these lines I've drawn have significant meaning in the chart. This lavender colored line is part of our pink parallel channels that we've been traveling in. It's a major group of channels that we've been traveling in over the course of Bitcoin's history. And you can see how they act as support and resistance. Support here, resistance here. Gotta wait for this to load. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Right here, see that was at 1600. This is a 4-hour candle here. You know what? I should have rehearsed this because I don't have what I'm talking about. What day is this? We are on Thursday already. You know, I guess 5 minutes not a good time frame to point out what I wanted to show. So we're on a 1 hour now. Never mind. You know what? I'll go over this and get some clear examples of what I'm talking about later. But you can see how you can see how we get these moves on failure to hold these lines right here. This is, well, that's a different blue channel. Yeah, I'll have to, because we're way back in time here. Well, you can see here how we were traveling upwards in one of those channels I talked about at the beginning of the video. Yeah, and here's an example. This is right here at the 12 o'clock hour. That would be a new 4-hour candle. But anyway, I'll think more. I'll better prepare and show you examples of what I'm talking about, because I look at the 5 minute, the 1 hour, and the 4-hour time frames, and we form candles to try to hold certain lines as support and resistance, and then once they break, and it's funny how price action comes to like a crescendo right at the end of the hour or the 4 hour. And you can see it on the 5 minute chart where they're trying to hold, the bulls or the bears are trying to hold some sort of line or break some sort of line, and then they can't hold it, and then it's inevitable that price action follows to whichever side they are talking about. See, like right here, for instance, we came right up and got rejected off of this yellow line. Now, what is that yellow line? That's really funny, because this yellow line, I'm not really sure what it is. Originally, it was the neckline of our head and shoulders pattern right here. There's a shoulder, there's a head, and then we never quite got, well, we kind of got it like a weird little tiny shoulder here, and that led into this dump. I knew a dump was coming. I didn't know it was going to be so extreme. That's why I had this circled area right here. I thought we were going to dump about to 57K, but we went all the way down. So that line that we just got rejected from right now was the neckline of the head and shoulders pattern that kind of had a funny right shoulder, but it reversed us down into here. So, and we've been playing with this line right here. You can see this white line has acted as support and resistance since. Support here and resistance here. And then we held it as support too. And look at right here, how we close these hours right on it. Those candles closed right on it right there. And then here, we came up and got rejected by it. So we're going to more than likely stay below that for now. But I mean, it doesn't make, I mean, here, we got rejected by it, and then also the bottom of the Gaussian channel, and then punched right through it. And this is a new 4-hour candle right there starting. And then there we tried to hold it, couldn't hold it, and fell through. And once we fell through, we fell. But that's also near the bottom of the Gaussian channel as well. So they're kind of related. Here, maybe we punch through here. Oh, well, I guess we're going to, well, yeah. When will we punch through? That's the question. Could we punch through now? Sure. If we punch through now, it's going to be really bullish. This is Thursday. I just don't see it. We could come up to, if we punch through here, we could come up to maybe even break the mean band of the Gaussian channel and come up through this blue and yellow dashed line. I don't think it's going to happen. I think there's too much fear. It depends on what news comes out of the Middle East. And we got, today's Thursday. They're supposed to have, I think they're supposed to have talks going on, ceasefire negotiations. So if we get some positive news out of that, that could cause us to pump here. Otherwise, we consolidate sideways probably and see some sort of move Friday or over the weekend, maybe Monday. But we should see a move back upwards around 62, 63, something like that. Maybe if this was over here. 64, 62 to 64, 62 something, 62 and a half to 64. And bringing us back up into this group of channels, accelerating upwards. You know what? Ordinarily, I'd say that's what's going on. We're going to pump. We got great economic data coming out, and we should be back up to 68, 72K region relatively shortly and up through the Gaussian channel. Now the Gaussian channel is approaching, you can see the yellow line, the pink lines here. That's approaching these things heading into next week, which is interesting because also on the weekly, I'm saying, you know what, I'm telling you, the one thing that's holding us back is this Middle East crap. So once we get a resolution to that, so this is all going to play out over, I got stochastic RSI right here on the weekly. Still down below the lower line there at 20, the 20 line. So heading into next week, could see this come up and cross upwards. But anyway, I don't know what's going on with the stupid internet here. I'll leave it at that. Everything's looking bullish. The one thing that's holding us back is the resolution of the Middle East conflict. So that's why we're not up where we need to be, in my opinion. All the economic stuff is looking great, and I believe Powell's doing a great job leading us into a soft landing, keeping us out of any sort of major recession or stagflation or anything like that. And should be good. Just got to go sideways a little bit more here. No, actually we don't. We should be really up at the top of the range. Up at our up here. We should be up here. And but like I said, the one thing is that nobody wants to buy in right now at around 60K if they can buy the dump that's going to come when somebody attacks somebody. And it's imminent. There should be some sort of... Oh, we're pretty high up here trying to break that line. Look at how we're trying to break that line. We're down to the last 6 minutes of the hour. This is what I'm talking about. How a lot of the battle goes on. Let's go to a 5-minute chart now. They're really battling at the last 6 minutes here, trying to break this line. But it's not a 4-hour candle. If I had to guess, we have a green candle here, green candle here. We're going to get a red one next, and that will be a failure to break here, and then you'll see price dump. Well, not necessarily. It could, well, yeah, if we fail to break, you could see it pump briefly, and what it'll do, it'll be a fake out to the upside, but then it'll dump. And that's how they get you. Because usually, pretty much usually, it depends on what the hourly or the 4-hour closure is. They can't break the line by the hour or the 4-hour, then they won't on the next hour. They might try to fake out and wick through it and get you to buy in, but you got to go by the hourly closes and the 4-hour closes and the daily closes. See how they're losing steam here, but they might try to get through here on the next 5-minute candle, but I'm not going to ramble on for 5 more minutes. So that's that. Maybe on the next video we'll come back and look and see what happened here. Well, let's go look at overall stuff isn't looking bad. God, this is taking so long to load. I don't know why. Well, they should be all up like a percentage point or so. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know why the internet's so sucky here. I'm standing right by this stupid. I'm not at my usual location. Here we go. Yeah, about a percentage point up. Everything's looking good. How's Coinbase doing? Oh, good. I'm glad I sold that one. Yeah. Let's see what's going on over here. See, they're trying. Not going to do it. They are not going to do that. So when they don't do that, my guess is that we would come back down to the center line of this channel. Now, I don't believe, may be wrong, I don't believe we're going to trade below, well, we did here. I don't believe we're going to trade below this line here. Probably just stay here, stay around 58. Upper 57, possibly 58, and just basically go sideways between that and 59 and a half. It's coming down to the wire. Look how they're trying. Look how they're trying the last minute and a half to get through. It's pretty exciting. Let's see who's going to win. So this is what I'm talking about when I say all these lines have significance. That's why I leave them all there. Look, we're trying to get through. Are we going to get through? Got about a minute left. Oh, we'll come back to that. See, what's interesting too, things also play out on the 30-minute, 30-minute candles. Right here's an example of where we came down to this line. Yeah, that's the 30-minute. I forgot I was on a 5-minute chart, so like that's the start of a 30-minute. Oh, no, I don't know. That's probably not a good example. The start of a 30-minute candle wouldn't be this one, would be where we closed, which isn't making sense with my theory there. All right, let's see what's going on. Let's see what happened here. It's been a minute. Oh, look at that. See, look at that. We did break it. We broke it, so we're going up. Now this here is a fake out to the downside. See, we broke that right there, just enough to start a new hourly candle on top of that. Now, unfortunately, it's not a 4-hour candle. For a real resolution to a barrier, you want to close a 4-hour candle above it. The good thing is we closed an hourly candle above it. So that's a start. See, there it goes. It turned green. That little red was a fake out to the downside. So this is a whole new ball game now for breaking that. Last time we broke it was back here. So that was our PPI data release back there, back here, right here. That gave us that little rally. So maybe we will get a little rally here. That's interesting. Well, could see this rally today. Could see this today, coming up to about 62K. I'm holding off though, and see that's why I'm thinking the market's going to hold off. And this is not a 4-hour candle. This is an hourly candle. So let's see if we'll be able to hold this support. We'll know by 9 o'clock California time in the next couple hours. But by then, we could be up here. Yeah, over the next couple hours, we'll probably be trying to close a 4-hour candle above 60K here, and or 60K and some change. Where are we at now? We're on 1400. We need to go to 1600. Right about there. 60,340. If we close above that in the next 2 hours, probably going to continue on upwards. And who knows? Maybe we'll get some. I think they're supposed to be having the negotiations, ceasefire negotiations, starting today. I'm not quite sure about that, but I think that's the gist of what I read. Um, yeah, so that could fuel a rally up this way. See what happens. I'm really just hesitant. I'm holding off. That's why I'm the market, and I could go in further, but I'm really just sitting on the sidelines waiting to see what's going to go on with the Middle East. I'm thinking that there is the bears are going to want that they're going to take any sort of bad news and dump, and that's when I'll be doing my final buying when I see that there's some sort of resolution to any potential conflict, probably. In the meantime, I don't really have a lot of time to trade. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I think that there's probably a lot of people in the same boat, that they just don't have the time to sit here all day and pay attention to the charts and what's going on and make the moves that they need to make when because things change. I mean, like right here, it's a lot of time we're spending watching whether this is contemplating whether this is going to break this line or whatever and what it means. Um, and it's looking good right now. It's looking good. If you want, I mean, I'd watch it. There's a good potential to make a for a few $1,000 move to the upside, 5% move to the upside, possibly. Um, but I'm not sure how long that's going to take to play out. Usually things move up pretty quickly. Once we in the next 2 hours when we hold a 4-hour candle here, there could be a move up rather quickly, and we just don't know when that will happen. Whether it will come at 1600, whether it will come at 17 or 1800, what part of the next 4-hour candle is that move going to come? Anyway, and you got to watch the chart, and quite frankly, you got to have these lines here. If you don't have this neckline drawn from way back when, you would have no idea of what's going on here. It just looks like, oh, it's going up, and don't know exactly what support and resistance levels it needs to break to, you know, confirm or deny anything. So that's why all these lines are on my chart, people. I know it's like you can't see anything, but when you zoom in, you can't. I mean, that looks freaking crazy. But I don't have the time really to take everything off and put it back on and whatever. It's just too time consuming. I don't even have enough time to make really the videos that I want to make. So I better get going and see ya. See you when the war ends.